shit too. You all was the one ever since my hair was me and my brothers be ballin' like all three. I can never leave my brother Mario Luke. I can tell the weather, but I can feel it in the air, rain coming soon. Oh, they talking hot, cool, and more vibe. Making shower on the block, no shampoo to the metal.
What the heck is going on with y'all? It's your boy Heck, and I'm welcoming you back to the What.Da.Hecpodcast, where basketball is an art in the corner of our campus. In this episode, we're going to go over the Christmas Day game. So the first game we're going to go over is Mikal Bridges dropping 41 against the Spurs. First, that game was outstanding. We see Wembanyama drop 42, Mikal drop 41, and eventually the Knicks get in the dub. So let's go into detail about how Mikal Bridges gets his buckets. But first, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, let's get it, man. Mikal Bridges is a 6'8" wing with a long wingspan, quick hands, extremely athletic. He can shoot the ball. He's very good at shooting mid-range jumpers, and he's a really good defender. When he got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, he did average 26 a game. As a Knick, he's going to be the third/fourth scoring option on the team, which I think is much more of a better role for him. So it's going to be interesting to see. So here's some of his strengths. He can shoot the ball, even though he started off by chaining the season off with Shannigan's release to this funky release right here. He managed to fix it, and he's shooting 37% from the three-point line right about now. He scores well within the flow of the offense. So if he's coming off a curl, he's going to get the ball, he's going to take two dribbles, get into a spot, and shoot a mid-range jumper, or do an inside-hand layup, or finish around the rim. 3, and he's an elite defender. But more importantly, he can work well off the ball. So a lot of his buckets are going to be coming off of him cutting and moving without the ball, or looking and getting the open spaces on the court, which is a massive skill because not everybody can sit there and have the ball in their hands and create their own offense. Now here's some of his flaws. 1, not really good at creating his own shot. So he's not the player where you sit there and say, hey yo, give me a bucket, because he's not going to sit there. He doesn't really have a bag like that. 2, he can be very incredibly streaky. Some games, as he started the season, he was struggling to hit shots. Now he kind of found his groove. And 3, facilitating. Because he doesn't really create his own shot relatively well, it's going to be very difficult for him to sit there and look for his shots for others. It's going to be interesting to see how he scores these 41 points. And the purpose of this video I want y'all to take away from this is how to be an effective scorer while playing off the ball. But with that being said, y'all already know the drill. Let's get it. Jalen Brunson comes up a pin down from Karl Anthony Towns. He turns and goes into the lane. Stephon Castle digs. Wemby's cutting this off. Cat is open for the pop, but Shawhan's is on Cat. Mikal goes to the open space, which is going to be on the wing. I would like to see Josh Hart cutting back during this, but hey, it doesn't matter. Jalen Brunson sees him, wide open. Josh Hart attacks. He does an old-fashioned panic pass. Because he attacked and the whole defense collapses, it leaves Mikal Bridges wide open. Wemby goes to close out. He pump fakes. One of the things I'm going to tell you something about Wemby. This game, he has 8 blocks. So if you were driving throwing up BS, he was sending it back. The problem is, it takes away his effectiveness if he's out by the perimeter guarding Cat. So he goes back to Cat. He attacks. Mikal Bridges attacks. Goes into the paint, takes a 2-footer gather, fade, good shot. This is a perfect example of remixing the play and being smart and having basketball IQ. So the play originally is for Mikal to come off this pin down, the double screen action from Cat. But he realized that Stephon Castle got screened hard, and Jeremy Sohan is not paying attention. So what he does, he curls it, he gets a wide open layup. Stephon Castle is trying to shoot the passing lane, he got burnt. Blows right by him. And now Mikal knows he's beat, so he has to worry about finishing around Wemby. So what he does is he goes into a spot, he hops, and shoots a high floater over him. Good shot. This is not a Mikal Bridges bucket, this is more of a Josh Hart bucket. Josh Hart gets the steal. He attacks. He's putting pressure on Harrison Barnes. He's attacking the rim. If you are in transition and you're putting pressure on the rim, the drop ball pass is always going to be there for you because everybody's so focused on you With the bull, they're gonna forget about the guy behind you. He has to drop off pass. Delay. Josh Hart steals the ball, gets the ball. He attacks. Chris Paul cannot immediately sit there and pick Mikal Bridges up because that means he'll leave him wide open at the rim. So he's waiting. He's late picking him up. Mikal Bridges gets a wide open shooter. Now my question is, what was this? Boom! Pick and roll. Wimmy's containing. What Mikal Bridges does a good job is he looks the shot off. So he looks at Cat and acts like he's gonna sit there and make this pass to Cat. Wimmy has to back up. He does 1 pound dribble, shoots a mid-range fade. Good shot. Mikal Bridges cuts through. He goes to the corner. He gets the ball. Wimmy overcommits. He rips through. He has him beat. Now this is a really good job of Mikal Bridges about going into Wimmy's body here. One of the things I want you to understand you won't have to master as a shorter player, if you're playing with guys taller than 6'5" and you're under 6'3", you have to sit there and master how to get into the defender's body and take away their length. When you sit there and give shot blockers angles to block your shots, this is going straight off the glass. So what Mikal does is he goes into his body. There's no way he can block the shot. Delay. Mikal Bridges rips through on Vesely. He takes a bump. He does a swig spin. Now, the first thing I want you to start paying attention to is look how he sets his feet. His feet are pointing towards the baseline. And he does a small leg kick to make sure he remains on balance and he has power. Good shot. Pick and roll. Mikal Bridges is a good defender. He's turning and running. He realized that Stephon Castle's about to go up with this, and he times it, gets the block. Then he doesn't give up on the play. He knows Jalen Brunson will find him if he's open. He comes around behind Jalen Brunson. Now, the first thing I want you to start paying attention to is about shooting off the catch while in motion. It's all about your steps. The first thing is you got to factor into your momentum. Because if you're going top speed and you run through this, it's going to be a much more off-balance shot. That's the first thing. The second thing is his footwork is going to be gather, inside foot, outside foot, straight into a shot. The third thing is he has a strong core and he's going to remain on balance. Because of those three factors, the shot is going to be a good shot every single time. Boom! In transition, Karl-Anthony Towns bubbles out, bump fakes, ball reversal, good shot. He's next in the pick and roll. That means he is basically containing the roll so that way Wimmy can get back to Towns. What happens is Josh Hart does a good job of cutting, and McBride does a good job of sending a screen for Mikal Bridges, excuse me. Wide open shot. Boom! So the Knicks, they do a good job of collapsing the defense. When there's 4 people in the paint, somebody here wide open. So what Josh Hart does, this pass is meant for Mikal Bridges. So he steals homie's assist. Good shot. Whenever you see somebody playing up this close, that means you cannot blow. That means they have full confidence in their speed and quickness that you are not blowing by them. Why is he playing like this? It makes passing extremely difficult, and it also makes dribbling extremely difficult. The downside is one move and one counter and you're gone. Leslie does a bad job of not getting separation from Mikal. He tries to force his pass over Mikal. Chicken strips. Alright, pick and roll. Wimmy is containing, so he's responsible for 5, and he's responsible for Mikal. His guy's behind him, so what he does is he dribble steals, he goes into his body, step backs, rises up, good shot. The Knicks ended up winning this game, and it was thanks to Mikal Bridges' 41. Now, a couple takeaways. Mikal, I feel that is found the perfect role for him in the Knicks, because I think he's much more better as a 3rd/4th option, as somebody who gets to get his own off the ball, rather than somebody a team requires to drop 30 a game for them to be successful. And one thing I will sit there and say is what makes him talented and makes him a valuable piece is he applies more than just his scoring. His defense, his rebounding, his ball pressure. Because of that, he will always have room on a roster spot in the NBA. That's one. 2, I'm impressed with this Knicks team. I honestly think that the Knicks can make a deep playoff run. That if all things stand the same, they remain healthy, they can sit there, compete, and they can sit there and stay healthy. I think they can sit there and make a deep playoff run. They just got to make sure they got to be able to get over the Cavs and get over Boston. As I said, I want to say this again about the Cavs. The Cavs typically implode in the postseason, so we will have to see that. Now all that matters is they can get back past Boston. Depth-wise, they have the team to do it. But it's going to be interesting to see. And third, I think if everything goes right this year, it could be the Knicks' year to win the championship. But hey, maybe I'm a homer from New York. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section below. And with that, thank y'all for tuning into the What the Heck podcast. Like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. We turn down.